revolutionizing the health and wellness industry. Welcome to ID Life. For more information, just go to thedugstewartshow.idlife.com. That's thedugstewartshow.idlife.com. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. This is Doug Stewart from the Two Live Stews here to tell you about the team at Strickland Security. Let's face it, the metro Atlanta area is a great place to live, but like most major cities, it has a crime problem. There's nothing more important than ensuring the safety of your family and your home. And for business owners, protecting your business is critical because it's your livelihood. Strickland Security can satisfy all of your security needs. The staff at Strickland Security has a combined 55 years of experience in the business of protecting people and property, from alarm systems to uniformed security guards and everything in between. Strickland Security has an affordable solution for you. To see a list of all their security services, visit their website at stricklandsecurity.com or give them a call at 800-422-9075. That's 800-422-9075. Again, that's stricklandsecurity.com. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. A very embarrassed Doug Stewart, Man Talk Monday. Hey, joining me on the line right now for hour number 3, a bonus stew, is my man Jon Fisher, Patty Cake, Microwave. Jay Fish, what up, baby?
What's going on, Doug? Good morning, Stewie. Or good afternoon now, man. Good to be here with you, Doug.
Man, it's good to have you on, man. So if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show and to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, my man Jon Fisher has his own show. Jon Fisher's Cooking with the Microwave. Where did that Microwave name come from, bro? Why'd you add, Vinnie Johnson's nickname to Jon Fisher's nickname?
Well, really, I got the name from Jungle Brother. Now, him and Jersey, the number one Chief Rocket, Jersey Vern, started doing their own show, and it was time Jersey, he wasn't available to do the show, so I would fill in for him. And, because of that, and I bring that heat, Jungle just started calling me the Microwave.
Oh.
And then, when it was time for me to do my own show, I just said, hey, stay with it, Cooking with the Microwave.
Yeah. Talking to Jon Fisher is joining me right now for the third hour of the Doug Stewart Show. Kind of like a thank you to all of the Stewies, man. I wanted to kind of get some of the hosts on, and tomorrow we will have on Spicy. I think one day we'll have on Waterhead Walt, who I'm looking at right now. Then we've got Vern from Jersey, and then we've got Kesey wrapping up on Friday, man. Man, first of all, man, I want to say thank you for having your show come on SME. You've been supporting this show from the very beginning, man. You used to check us out back in the day with the Two Live Stews, bruh. How long did you realize, man, did you think that you wanted to do sports talk radio and talk radio in general?
I've probably known that I wanted to do it for about the past 9 years.
Right.
And it started back when I was still living in Virginia, right around when I first started having kids. I say about 10 years ago, I just started listening to sports talk radio, and I was like, man, this is much more entertaining than hearing the same thing on radio over and over and over all day.
Right.
And, I was big into football, and fantasy was around and all that stuff. So back then was when I knew I wanted to start. But, as I got older and more into sports, all I needed really was the platform, man. And I listened to you and your brother. Y'all was the best show on radio. And when you came and re-submerged on Spreaker, you kind of showed a way for everybody to do it on their own. And we got to salute you for that, Doug.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. We're talking to Jon Fisher. He's going to do the last hour with me on the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Now, for people that don't know, and I don't know how much of background you've given, and John, your show comes on, it's scheduled for Mondays at 12 noon, but sometimes it varies. But for people that don't know, man, an interesting part about your show is that you kind of infuse hip-hop. You're an actual rapper, a real rapper. You know, unlike some of these clowns we hear on radio right now, man. So talk about your show and the flow of it.
Well, I mean, the show is basically just me showing my ass, man. You know, I get real deep in the sport, and it's a very raw opinion. I try to bring a lot of high energy. You know, when I first started doing the show, it was always late at night. I had to do it when I get off of work. So it was always late night, you know, and I'm just a high energetic type of person in general. So, you know, I mean, that's pretty, you know, sometimes my grandmother want to come stick her nosy self in there and get on the mic and talk on the show.
Right.
You know, I also do a show with Jersey, Bottom to the Top show, #1 Chief Rocker. You know, that's another high level show. But basically my show, you know, and with my music and everything, that all of that music that y'all are hearing is at least like 7 years old or older. You know, a lot of it comes from when I was in, you know, my early to mid-20s. That was just, you know, it was just the life I was living at that point in time. You know, I never really wanted to rap, but I knew I was good at it. And once the basketball dream was out the window, that was all I had, you know, like a, you know, get rich quick, get out of the hood, you know, method or whatever. So, you know, I don't really do music anymore, even though a lot of the students want me to perform at TDSS. I told them I got to holler at you about that.
Right.
But, you know, I'm definitely willing to do that, man. But yeah, my music was real. I come from the 90s era. Mid to late 90s, early 2000s, the Locks and Rockefeller and, you know, Scarface. I come from that era of hip-hop, so, you know, it's definitely that reflects in my music.
Now, what you're from New York City. What city are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, raised there till I was 14, and then we moved to Northern Virginia, and I was there for another 14 years, and I've been in Georgia since I was 28.
Okay. So I thought that maybe you had and we're talking to Jon Fisher, the Microwave, has a show right here on SME. I thought maybe you were one of them kids that did something in New York. Your mom and them had to send you down south.
My mom was smart enough that she didn't want me to go to high school in New York. And I spent the first couple of months in New York. She'd already moved down to Virginia, and I was staying in New York with my stepfather. And, man, I barely went to class. Like, really, like I had a lot of cut cards. I went to 2 classes a day. Like, in New York, you actually have to apply for high school. You know, almost like college, and they got to accept you unless you end up going to the school that's just closer to your house.
Right.
So I got accepted into one school, and my best friend at the time, he got accepted there too. So only classes I went to were the ones that he was at. So it was a good thing that she moved me out because I don't know how well I would, you know, New York will swallow you up, man, in a second. And I don't know how well I would have made it. You know, I might have been in the streets way sooner than I ended up being in the streets anyway, but I think it was a good move. You know, she was trying to prevent the trouble from happening.
Yeah. Talking to Jon Fisher right now on the Doug Stewart Show on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Let me read a couple of these messages in the chat room while we got you on. You contribute to the chat room all of the time, man, so just jump in with some of your thoughts. And I also want to get your I mean, that's kind of like a thing where we're giving the listeners some bonus due, but I kind of want to get to know you and, you know, what makes Jon Fisher tick and the Stewies that do shows on SME tick. In the chat room on Spreaker.com from Denise, she says, yeah, Dre, spicy in the daytime, laugh out loud. From Terry Green, Willie and his lotion breaks. Come on with the lotion breaks, man. From, what do we got here? From that ninja, quite frankly, the Cheatriots would be hurting a lot more if they lost both of their tight ends. From Clay, I'm watching Davis. That ninja, exactly. Tom Brady is the best drink and dunk quarterback or dink and dunk quarterback of all time. He rarely throws deep balls. So are you a New York sports fan exactly? And I can't remember. I always get you and Vern confused. You moved from New York later in life, you know, from your teenage years. Are you a Knicks fan, a Giants fan, a Mets fan, or is that you?
No, I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a Rangers fan. But for football, I root for the Eagles because, you know, my favorite college is Syracuse, and I pretty much followed McNabb from Syracuse into the league. I never really had a rooting interest for the Giants when I was younger because I was more of a basketball guy. And, you know, so I rooted for the Eagles, and I stuck with them, you know, even post McNabb. Now, in basketball, I root for the Lakers, and a lot of people gonna get on me for this, Doug. You know, I was young, and man, I traded my colors when Patrick Ewing missed that finger roll, man. I traded him in, man. I traded him in, man, and I didn't watch basketball for 2 years after he missed that finger roll, and then after that, I started watching again, and I like Nick Van Exel was my favorite player, so I've been rooting for the Lakers since they had Nick Van Exel.
Wait a minute. Who the hell picks Nick Van Exel as their favorite basketball player? Like, are y'all cousins or something?
Nick Van Exel was nasty with it.
No, don't get me wrong. I'm a fan of Nick the Quick. Nick Van Exel was a solid player, played for the Lakers. But that's your favorite player? Like, usually somebody's favorite player is Magic or Jordan or somebody like that. How you pick Nick Van Exel? Or you just trying to be abstract and different?
Now, when I was younger and we played in the little local rec leagues and all of that stuff, some of the older kids would say I look like Nick Van Exel and stuff, so I started following his game, you know.
Oh, okay.
Nick was pretty nice with it, you know what I'm saying? And I became a fan of his, and, you know, that was just my favorite player.
Okay, I kind of get it. And we just met for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We just met a couple of weeks ago at this little house party, and, yeah, I can kind of see a little bit of Nick Van Exel in you. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show.
Big eyes.
Yeah, you got them eyes. I wasn't going to say it, bro, but you got them eyes. Hey,
my mama.
Oh, yeah? You got it from your mama, huh?
Oh, yeah, man.
Let me read this one message here from Loose Neck About Time side. After Doug told us this Tyler Perry story, I might have to Google Doug's high school football stats. Is he really from Moscow and laugh out loud?
Oh, man.
Hey, John.
Yeah, bro.
So, did you believe me when I was telling the story about the new Tyler Perry band?
You know what?
Now after I say it, it sounds so ridiculous. But when I was telling the story and reading the story, it sounded plausible, right?
It sounded plausible to me. I mean, once Ice Cube came up in there, and I was like, okay, this sounds like it could really work. You know, and I bought in, and when you came back and said it, I was like, oh, damn, Gina.
Now I will say this. To my defense, and the website, I'm looking at it right now, the website was Real News Right Now. I guess to the argument for why it was totally wrong was, I know you have to verify, and once again, this is not just on radio. I think this is the first time I've ever done this, period. Even when I post stories like on my social media, I always verify it with a credible source. Like Real News Now, that's not anything I've really heard of before, so I'll go and make sure I can find it on like USA Today or whatever major newspaper in that city. And for whatever reason, man, I decided to run with this story. Waterhead gave it to me, man, and I apologize. I was wrong as hell. But wouldn't that be a good Batman movie?
That actually would be a good movie, man. That actually would. Like I said, man, I bought into it because I'm like, man, that sounds good. And I kind of pump faked a little bit when somebody said something to you in the chat room, and you was like, nah, I found it right here on, and you kind of fumbled a little bit. I said, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I said, uh-oh. Please don't do it, Dougie. And it came back. But, yeah, man, that would be a good movie, man.
Yeah, it would be a good movie, but evidently it's not a movie right now. Damn it! All right. Hey, all right, so we're going to go to break right now. We get back more with my man, Jon Fisher, Patty Cake, Microwave. I'm going to talk to him about his sports teams. I'm going to, what's his passion. And I also need you to tell me if there's anything, John, that I've talked about on this show that you vehemently disagree with me on. Anything over the past 2 years. I want you to bring it up. I'm going to ask you, what's the one thing that you disagree with Doug Stewart on? And when we get back, we're going to discuss it. I'm going to give you my position on said topic, all right? All right. Don't go away. Back in 3 minutes. The Doug Stewart Show. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. He got them tickets. I'm telling you. Boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip